Shatta Wale
Ironic.
or Stonebwoy?
Yes.
No explanations.
Shatta Wale or Stonebwoy?
Mm-hmm.
Shatta, Stonebwoy. You know what? Let me explain. Let me explain. Now I gotta explain though.
I'll give you an angle.
No,
first.
no, don't give me no angles. I can make up my own grown man. You know, put words in my mouth. How about Stonebwoy?
No.
Yeah.
You're an investor.
Oh, I had to put my money in any
You
of
gotta
them?
put your money in.
If I had to put my money down today, as we speak now, I put my money on Stone. Reason, I can tell you why though. There's no way I could control how my brother Wale move. And I could lose money or make a lot of money and lose the money. You know, the reason is he is a one-man wrecking machine by his damn self. He made himself. He let you know he made himself. Facebook, whatever. So that man, he don't need nothing. His managers are his friends. The record company is him. So if I had business-wise, and I'm not the greatest businessman, so I would put my money on Stone. Yeah.
What you gonna do?
I don't know if I'm qualified to answer that question, but I kind of look at Shatta Wale had the perfect setup with the Beyonce thing, and I'm just looking at what could have been. You know what I mean? From
Right.
way, you know, maybe the pandemic.
If he
made
had
it
asked
slow.
me that question when Shatta and Beyonce was out,
You
I'd
would've
have
said-
told him something different.
Yeah. Rocky, what's your opinion?
No, you know, for me, I look at the uniqueness in every artist, you know, because I've seen certain artists start with a faster trajectory, and then others start with a long trajectory, and then eventually they improve, and all of a sudden they're just genius level. And others too that have started from the beginning, you know. So I've always seen the two of them as kind of dynamically different.
Yeah, that's
see?
another good point.
Yeah, because
That
everybody...
people seem to miss completely.
Everybody tries to put them in a competitive thing. I'm just like, no, you know, if you want to look at the uniqueness of
I don't
each
think it's
artist.
everybody that's doing that. I think it's themselves doing that.
Yeah.
Well, you know, whatever the construct that is being believed right now, my whole thing is that, you see, if you look at Stonebwoy is learning and evolving and traveling and integrating new styles and, you know, and opening, you know, the expanse of the impact of his music. Shatta is doing the same thing too, but Shatta is also still kind of focusing a lot more back at home, you know, and expanding as he can, but at the same time too, the relevance of his fan base here is what he is very, very, very focused
Staunch
on.
on.
I understand that we like to ask questions about two artists who are, you know, right now doing very well for, you know, in terms of each other, but what of the talent that are part of this conversation that need to be elevated too? Because if the media is spending so much, shall I say, real estate on this light, you know, artists like Enam, you know, Walasi, Dalasi, these are all artists that I've seen that I know that are going. You know, whether we help them along or we don't help them along, they're gonna get there. You know, so how do we
Walasi,
also
Enam
and Dalasi.
Pure Akan.
Pure Akan.
Yep.
Yes. These are the artists that I'm seeing. I'm just like, these artists for me, you know, are gonna define the character of what Ghana music is. When I started here, I remember, you know, I was in Koforidua. You know, I was working on music. I was accepted at Legon.
A hometown.
You know, I was accepted in Legon, you know, to come and read philosophy and psychology. And I was like, okay, if I become too educated, I might forget my music dreams. I might end up either a psychologist or something other than music. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna go. Till my older brother, who was at Legon, came and said, hey, you like Rexoma, you like, you know, Nat Brew. How do you think you're gonna meet your heroes if you're sitting in Koforidua, you know? So all of a sudden I was like, okay, all of a sudden university in Accra, Legon started sounding good to me. So I rushed, came to Legon, you know, I met Nat Brew's brother, you know,
Yuffie.
Yeah, Yofi, through all of that, we started a band on campus, and then I used that to go and meet all the producers that I heard who were putting out high life music and every kind of music. So I played my demo. So everybody that I went, they were listening to it for, at that time, there was Supercars, there was, Despite, everybody.
That was like Def Jam to me.
Yeah, Def Jam. And then, another person too that also was the big inspiration. And it was also because, I had heard that he was doing very well with you. So Quantus.
Q.
So immediately I got to this, and I called, I found Quantus' number. I went to Balm Tavern. Quantus was very gracious. I sat there.
He knows everybody.
Yeah, so he's like, how can I help you, young man? I'm just like, well, I'm a musician. I'm the Lily Gone and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, okay, can I hear it? And then, I played, he listened, and he's like, wow, you have a good voice. But, have you listened to Salif Keita? Listen to all of this
Q
music.
very broad.
So he's like, you can use that voice, and then you can start learning about all of these artists and start putting their interest. Now me, it's like I don't have the capacity to help you and support, but if you want to grow as a musician, you should be looking at all of those things. So that was the first time that I had like really somebody like saying positive thing, isolating the voice. I was like, okay, this is great. And then I left, traveled to the US and started working, learning the music. I interned for a record label, Delicious Vinyl. And that time,
Vinyl?
yeah.
Get out.
So I was doing college.
Yeah.
I was doing college
Delicious Vinyl?
radio. Yeah, Tone Look,
Tone Look.
Far Side.
All of them.
Those were in my office.
Yeah.
This every day when I go, I was like on the phone doing college radio, calling colleges, because I was trying to learn the record industry.
You told me this before.
Yeah. So I was connecting with all of the college radio stations and all the DJs that were doing reggae, setting the foundation for me to launch my own label. So I had all the database and connections. Then I came back to Ghana with the money that I'd made. I came and hired all my former musicians that I'd worked with. By then, every time I was writing.
And we're talking live band.
Live band. At that time, Mr. Kwachi,
Yeah,
Mr. Kwachi was the engineer at Ghana Films. So I went there, went and recorded, brought every great musician that I could find here, recorded my first album. Went back, I had some friends at Atlantic and also Virgin. So I sent them, and I didn't tell them it was me. Because most of them knew me as the guy who was working at Delicious Vinyl promotion. So I just said, I just came back from Ghana, but I wanted you to check this out. So then I started getting feedback from them like, who the fuck is that? This is so dope. This is really good. And then
It's called a cheddar moment.
it's called, yeah.
I'm the man behind the mask.
So then, all of a sudden, Atlantic, my guy from Atlantic who used to work for Virgin, said, you know what? I just played this record to our A&R team, and they're working on a compilation called Reggae: The Next Generation. So we have Burning Spear, we have, Burning Spear, we have, I think there was one African artist on, but they're interested in the song What Goes Around. So who is this guy? Is he related to you? Because you guys seem to have the same last name, And then that was when I told him, I'm like, that is actually, I recorded this. So it's like, what? So that happened for me. That record came out. The movement was released in Ghana. All of a sudden, Sugar, the same song. Yes.
Yeah.
Reggie doesn't like to talk.
No, I do like to tour. Ain't nobody gave me a tour. That's it. I do like to tour. I can't put
There's
a tour
never been
together.
there's never been a Reggie
Yeah,
Rockstar
when we
tour.
spread the gospel of hip life, how you think it got all over the place? We went to every city. Me and DJ Rab. Never heard the joke where they put my poster on it? No, it was over at Takrady. They put. There's a place in Takrady, I think it's Takrady, called Monkey Hill, right? And Monkey Hill was where the show was.
I know this
And so
story.
they put my picture on there, huge, and it said Reggie Rockstone performing in Monkey Hill. So I don't go back there for a minute. And when I go back to Takrady, it had rained. So of course, the hill had washed off. And here's a picture of me with monkey written. With monkey right underneath it. We went everywhere.
What's your dream collabo? If you had to end this year, what would be your dream collabo? Producer, vocalist, featured rapper.
They have to be a rapper.
2 artists, a vocalist, a rapper, and a producer. What's your dream collabo? At this point in your career.
Producer, there's this young brother. His name is Hydraulics. I don't know if you know. I'm putting your business out. His name is Hydraulics. Some people call it Fournier.
Where's he from?
He's Ghanaian.
Okay.
He's gonna be one of the, and mark my, it's on camera. He's gonna be one of the biggest to come out of the world. And I would love to have him produce a song with Jamiroquai singing, me and Jam.
Yeah.
Me and JK and JK. And then who's rapping on there?
Mm-hmm.
Me.
You and
another rapper.
anyone.
Anyone.
Cool J, huh?
Uh,
James Todd Smith.
No, I wouldn't be. I would bring it home. At this point, my levels of patriotism very, very high. So
Okay.
I'll bring it home. I'll bring it home to either Brother EL or of course Sock. But if I really take it home, I'm grabbing Senna Dagadu. I'm putting her on there, myself, producer Fournier, and Jamiroquai.
That's wicked.
Yeah.
Wicked. Rocky, what about you?
Well, producer, I have always, I spent time in LA, so I have the California dreaming part of me. And I was there when Snoop and everybody broke out, and I have always thought about Dr. Dre stepping out of his comfort. And I've met him at so many places, parties, everything, Dre, stepping out of his comfort zone and stepping into the style that I do, which is Afro Roots, and producing Afro Roots from his perspective.
Challenge.
That's
challenge.
Interesting.
That's a challenge.
So that's the producer. And then me as a singer, but then having Kendrick be the rapper with Reggie
What's it?
on
What's
the track.
You were influenced by your father.
Yeah, that's true.
His music influenced you to be a DJ.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because he's a collector. Yeah.
How did this connection happen? And who would you put to produce a record at Rocky Dawuni, Reggie Rockstone record? Who would you put as a vocalist and who would you put as a producer?
Project that he spoke on.
Okay. well, first off, I had a project, and it was going to be generations talking to generations. I would produce it, and I'd have Reggie and like Sheriff talk about their perspectives of what's going on when you were a youth and what's going on right now with him. That but like a conversation.
Dope.
Yeah.
But in terms of what were you saying? In terms of
Rocky, Rockstone.
Kendrick.
putting them together.
Kendrick.
Who would you have produce it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The ideal producer for this project.
Okay. So Kendrick and what? Wow. You know what? Who would give it crazy drama? Just Blaze.
Okay.
Like just just depending on how you're.
I'll go with Swiss Beats
Okay,
or
okay.
Kanye.
Okay.
If I,
what I love, I just like the drama.
See
and
now
the
me.
I want Kanye to the old Kanye, the
You
sample,
said the old Kanye.
the
He said
sample
old
records.
Kanye. That me. Because I brought it home. I gave it to Fournier because I like I said, I'm being really biased lately. But if I had to, a project like this, I would bring Q-Tip.
You know what? As a totally crazy twist.
Yeah.
I used to like Kel-P when he was doing all the stuff with Burna Boy.
Oh wow.
That would be some crazy different kind
Yep.
of mashup. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? Like
Yep.
I don't know what you guys
Yep.
would come up with.
Tip.
What's your take on the state of our economy and the leadership of our country?
This is maybe the worst ever, and it's not just Ghana. It's Africa's fucked up. Excuse my language. I mean, with the exception of my brother with his red beret, you know who I'm talking about. Who's giving France a hard time. If we would all tune into them young brothers there, we might move different. But Africa on the whole is moving sideways. Ghana is not doing too good. And so, and
Ghana
don't
doing-
even give me,
Ghana-
and I don't want to hear no MPP,
Ghana's
NDC.
doing
Whoa.
terrible.
The worst.
What would you change?
What would I change? Everything. They need to lock some people up. You could begin with that. That's a deterrent.
Set some examples.
If that's the only way black people, that's how we rock. Especially Africans. You gotta show them. Lock some folks up. Some people gotta get shot. And sell wolf tickets at the beach to go watch. These are jokes, but I'm saying. You know what I mean? This is how I'm feeling. You know, but then in saying this, it might sound so drastic to you, but do you realize how many people poverty kills? And you got folks out here living the life of Riley. You got folks out here living lavish.
It's this
and this
and
and that.
that.
Listen,
Yes.
and so when somebody dies because they could not afford hospital treatment,
care.
and that's murder. So you're killing folks. So yeah, I can easily say I want to see you get shot at the beach, sell wolf tickets to watch. You see what I'm saying? It might sound harsh, but think about it. Until you're in the shoes, and that's how you. So I'm not feeling Ghana right now. You know, the music. People don't understand. The music has become a bit of a distraction, and because we're so into sensationalism, every time there's a real issue, all you got to do is do some dumb shit on the internet, and everybody looks the other way.
If you were looking from outside, looking into Ghana, you wouldn't really
Yeah.
what they put out there.
Well,
you
you
wouldn't
know-
realize
Oh.
what you're saying.
Oh, you don't
how
know.
the country's running.
See, we was colonized by the British. Now, see the difference between the British and the Yankees. The Yankees will hang you on a cold, hot, whatever, and burn a cross in front of your house and let you know, nigga, don't come here no more. The British will drink tea with you. And when you leave, they tell the gate man, don't let them back here. That's a difference. Diplomacy, they hide it over everything. You know, the British, apartheid, all of my Tasha, they was all in there, big time. But they always want to stay clean. You know, the jewels on the queen head. But, you know, in my country, if you don't speak good English, you damn might not even get a girl.
If you observe the trajectory, you know, there was a time, not just in the past future, when all the top performing economies were African. If you don't have social amnesia, you can remember. All was going on until there was something in Liberia about an Ebola outbreak. And all of a sudden, all the funding left. But every international funding that was going on had gone to China and all of that, and development was moving here. Africa had the highest number of youth. So the trajectory and character of the world in about 40 years' time is going to be 1 out of every 4 people on earth is going to be African. So when you have such numbers, first of all, you have to know that you are the target of the people who designed for you to be the continent that
So you're not supposed to flourish.
you're not supposed to flourish. But now you have the most important resource, which is a youth population. And imagine a youth population that comes to realize that the wealth that they're looking for in the Western world is actually the land that they're standing on, because this is the land and of Africa that has fed Western economies and developed all these economies around the world. Without Africa, Francophone France would not exist without Francophone Africa, because that's all the economies of Francophone Africa support, the French economy. When it comes to the raw materials too from Africa has fueled, European economies and continues to fuel European economies. Cell phone, coltan, Congo. Now we find even lithium, which is needed, and we couldn't even manage it. And even before we even say lithium, the deal is already done, and we've already shot ourselves in the foot one more time. So we are at a time when we lack real leadership. And the real leadership is also a reflection of the social issue that we're dealing with, which is everybody's looking out for themselves.
You see?
The
So
concept,
that's it, it's a domino effect.
Yeah, the concept
So,
of citizenry, the concept of shared
Thank you.
prosperity has all gone out the window. And
Right.
this is being
we don't have
expressed.
selfless
No.
leaders.
Well, this has been expressed by the individuals who are at places of influence, who only go there so they can take care of their cliques and also people around them, not the best people that they can push forward. It goes into the politician who is trying to get into parliament just because he wants to build the next house and also take care of his family and send his kids to hospitals in the UK or anywhere around the world rather than focus on the hospitals here. It goes to the leadership that is focused on only their political parties at the expense of
like a gang,
Ghanaian
like the
thing. So we have all kind of depreciated into this congregation of crabs in the bucket.
Let me sum it up for you. That English word too big. Just say we fucked up.
Yeah,
That's it.
But where I'm going with this thing is that we've also come to a point where we worship wealth. We worship money instead of recognizing the wealth that we have.
Like he said, they worship money. They respect God, but they worship money. Example: you go out there right now. Call any one of these kids walking around here and put 2 names and you say, listen, I need you to vote for one of these 2. And you say, okay, this is Kweku Menu and this is Alan Cash.
They go vote for Alan Cash.
Shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, Reggie Rockstone legend.
I choose Cash.
I remember when you knew you was a vote.
I still can't. I'm fucking up major. But just turn the volume.
Yeah, just turn the volume. I told Reggie how to use Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah, it was Rap put me on and him and that was it. Yeah. I think Manifest might have put it too.
Reggie, you know. Are you guys filming?
Yeah.
You know, Rocky picked you up on a Grammys red carpet when he was asked about